The death and life legacy of Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness and the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath, has passed away. The world of rock music fell into mourning on July 22, 2025, as news broke that the 76-year-old icon had died at his Los Angeles home, surrounded by family. While the official cause of death has not yet been released, it was no secret that Ozzy had been facing multiple health challenges in his final years. Most notably, his public battle with Parkinson's disease, a diagnosis he shared with the world in 2020. But even as his body weakened, Ozzy's voice and spirit remained etched in rock history. Fans, fellow musicians, and countless admirers flooded social media and news channels with tributes, calling him a true original, a force who helped define heavy metal and reshape pop culture in more ways than one. Final moments and last words. In the days leading up to his passing, Ozzy was reported to have been in a peaceful state. Close sources say he had been spending time with his wife Sharon, his children Kelly and Jack, and had even been revisiting home videos and old records. According to a close family friend, Ozzy's final words were whispered to Sharon as he held her hand. "I'm going home now, love. Tell the fans I love them. Always have." A bittersweet and powerful farewell from a man who spent his life on stage, under lights, giving his soul to his fans. Baby born into simplicity. Ozzy's childhood. John Michael Osborne was born on December 3, 1949, in Aston, Birmingham, England. He was the fourth of 6 children in a working-class family. His father, Jack, worked night shifts at a tool-making plant, while his mother, Lillian, was a factory worker. Growing up in post-war Britain wasn't easy. Money was tight, and young Ozzy struggled academically. He was dyslexic and often the target of ridicule. But what he lacked in school, he made up for with humor, personality, and an unmistakable love for music. He found inspiration in the Beatles. In fact, he once said hearing "She Loves You" on the radio changed his life. It made him believe that even someone from a modest background like his could make it big. The birth of heavy metal. Black Sabbath era. In the late 1960s, Ozzy joined forces with guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward to form a band that would soon go down in history. Black Sabbath. The band's self-titled debut album, released in 1970, was raw, dark, and completely unlike anything else at the time. It birthed a new genre, heavy metal. Albums like Paranoid and Master of Reality turned Sabbath into legends, and Ozzy, with his haunting vocals and manic stage presence, became the face of the movement. His theatrical persona earned him the nickname, the Prince of Darkness, and his iconic bat-biting moment, though unintended, became part of rock folklore forever. Going solo, reinventing a legend. After being fired from Black Sabbath in 1979 due to substance struggles, many thought Ozzy's career was over. But instead of fading away, he came back stronger, launching a solo career that would redefine him as not just a metal icon, but a pop culture phenomenon. With albums like Blizzard of Oz and hits like Crazy Train, Ozzy proved he was more than just a frontman. He was a solo star in his own right. He also played a pivotal role in launching the career of guitar legend Randy Rhoads, whose untimely death in 1982 devastated Ozzy, but also deepened his music emotionally. Controversies and chaos. Ozzy's life wasn't just about music. His offstage antics were the stuff of legend, and sometimes the stuff of tabloid headlines. There was the infamous moment when he bit the head off a bat on stage in 1982, mistakenly thinking it was a rubber toy. The stunt earned him a trip to the hospital for rabies shots, and a permanent spot in rock history. Another infamous moment, biting the heads off 2 doves during a meeting with CBS Records. Intended as a peaceful gesture, it spiraled into chaos thanks to Ozzy's intoxication, a struggle he would later publicly acknowledge and battle for years. These moments painted him as unhinged to some, but to fans, he was the embodiment of rock and roll rebellion. Reality TV royalty. The Osbornes. In 2002, Ozzy shocked the world again, not with a song or a stunt, but with a TV show. The Osbornes, which aired on MTV, introduced the world to a new side of Ozzy, the foul-mouthed but lovable dad trying to navigate remote controls and barking dogs in a Beverly Hills mansion. The show, which starred Ozzy, Sharon, Kelly, and Jack, was a massive hit. It was raw, funny, chaotic, and very real. It broke barriers for celebrity reality TV and paved the way for shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. For millions, Ozzy wasn't just a rock star anymore. He was family, faith, rumors, and the Bible at his bedside. Despite his stage persona and controversial moments, Ozzy's religious views were deeply misunderstood. He was often accused of being a Satanist, mostly due to the dark themes in his music and his bizarre onstage acts. But Ozzy repeatedly denied those claims. In a candid interview, he said, "I'm a Christian. I was christened as a Christian. I used to go to Sunday school. My idea of heaven is just feeling good. A place where people are all right to each other." In 2023, celebrity evangelist Dylan Novak gifted Ozzy a Bible, which he kept by his bedside until the end. His son Jack even recalled, "He wouldn't go to his hotel room without your gift. Ozzy showed it to everyone who came to visit. He called it, 'The Bible with my name on it.'" Politics, presidents, and brutal honesty. Ozzy met numerous world leaders during his career, but he never minced words when it came to politics. He once joked that all politicians should form a rock band and see how they play, a classic Ozzy line. He criticized Tony Blair for spending time at celebrity events while soldiers were fighting abroad, mocked George W. Bush's awkwardness, and famously called Donald Trump's use of his music unauthorized and inappropriate. In 2020, he criticized Trump's COVID-19 response, saying, "If I was running for president, I'd try and learn a little bit about politics first. You can't just walk in like a surgeon with a scalpel and not know what you're doing." Love and family. Ozzy's long-standing relationship with Sharon Osbourne became one of the most iconic partnerships in entertainment. They married in 1982, and despite numerous ups and downs, including public battles with addiction and infidelity, their bond endured. Together, they raised 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack. The family wasn't perfect, but their love was evident, on and off screen. Sharon stood by Ozzy through health scares, career highs and lows, and even recently, in his final months, never left his side. Awards, achievements, and influence. Ozzy Osbourne was more than just a rocker. He was a cultural force. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Black Sabbath in 2006. Won a Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance. Honored with the Global Icon Award at the MTV EMAs. Had a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He also founded Ozzfest, the touring metal festival that helped countless younger bands gain global exposure. His voice, style, and fearlessness inspired generations, from Metallica to Slipknot and beyond. A global goodbye. Fans react. As news of his death spread, fans gathered outside his childhood home in Birmingham, left flowers on his Hollywood star, and flooded online platforms with emotional messages. Tributes poured in from fellow musicians. "The world has lost a true original," said James Hetfield of Metallica. "No Ozzy, no us. Rest easy, brother," tweeted Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. Even Paul McCartney posted, "You shocked the world. And you changed it." His music played from car speakers, radios, and stadiums across the globe. One final, thunderous encore. Legacy of the Prince of Darkness. Ozzy Osbourne didn't just break the mold. He burned it to the ground. He redefined what it meant to be a rock star. He brought heavy metal from smoky clubs to stadiums, from subcultures to the mainstream. And along the way, he reminded us that even amid chaos, there can be heart. That even behind the Prince of Darkness, there was a kind man, a devoted father, a believer, and a survivor. His journey, messy, unpredictable, unforgettable, was pure rock and roll. The music world will never be the same. But Ozzy's legacy will roar forever. In the chords, the lyrics, the wild stories, and the millions he touched with his music. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. If you were touched by Ozzy's life, his music, or his story, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your favorite Ozzy memory in the comments. Don't forget to like this video to honor his legacy. And subscribe for more stories that matter. Legends, icons, and the moments that shaped them. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and keep the music alive.